This rabbit was practically a sound effects master. With just a flashlight and a piece of plastic film, it could easily create an incredibly realistic artificial rainstorm, and it completely confused the old dog that was trying to sleep. In order to get some rest, the dog took out a box of cotton and stuffed all of it into his ears. The noise did become weaker, but it still wasn't enough for him to sleep peacefully. Furious, the dog added another layer of soundproofing, but it still didn't work, so he grabbed his pillow and shoved it straight into one ear, then pulled it out from the other. Surprisingly, the result was extremely good. At last, the dog could finally sleep in peace, but the rabbit was frustrated. Earlier that day, the dog discovered the rabbit's hole and excitedly called over his owner to catch it, but the owner pulled him away and said there was no need to rush. The next second, the rabbit cautiously poked its head out, and it heard the dog's owner say they would cut the rabbit into pieces tomorrow. The rabbit was terrified. He had to stop this from happening, and that was how the scene at the beginning began. To stop the dog from sleeping, he quietly sneaked into the kitchen, turned on the faucet, and placed a metal tray underneath. The dripping sound soon woke the dog from his sleep. The dog walked to the kitchen, turned off the faucet, and went back to bed. But before he could lie down, the dripping sound started again. Furious, the old dog yanked the faucet right off only to get sprayed all over with water. He quickly plugged the pipe with his finger, but water began spraying from the faucet itself. Now completely soaked, the poor dog finally turned off the lights and went back to bed, unaware that the rabbit was hiding nearby. The rabbit had another trick ready. The light in the room suddenly began flickering non-stop. This made it impossible for the dog to fall asleep. It turned out that the chandelier's switch had somehow been connected to the clock. Enraged, the dog ripped off the switch and unscrewed the light bulb, but unbelievably, the removed light bulb was still glowing. This frightened the dog badly. With no other option, he actually swallowed the light bulb. He thought he could finally go to sleep now, but the light bulb kept shining from inside him, flashing out through his eyes and ears. After finally dealing with the light bulb, the exhausted old dog fell asleep again. Soon dawn arrived, but the rabbit still wasn't done. He placed a telephone next to the dog's ear, the phone's voice waking the dog yet again. This time, the dog completely lost his mind. He grabbed the phone and squeezed it so hard that the phone itself seemed to faint. Completely exhausted, the old dog slowly crawled back into bed. This time, no matter how much noise the rabbit made, the dog didn't move at all. He was completely lost in sleep. After causing trouble all night, the rabbit finally couldn't hold on anymore and went back to his burrow to sleep as well. Meanwhile, the owner's alarm clock rang. He immediately got dressed up and ran over to wake the dog so they could go out and catch the rabbit. But the dog only wanted to sleep. He had no energy left. Even when he stepped outside, he carried a pillow and walked toward the rabbit's burrow. Seeing how useless the dog was, the owner hurried over to help. After twisting and turning through the winding tunnel, the old dog finally made it into the rabbit's burrow. Outside, the owner kept cheering the dog on, but inside the tunnel, the rabbit and the dog already fell asleep.